What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys? I hope you guys are good. I hope today has been a good day for you guys so far. Um, Thanks, Catcher. I appreciate it, my friend. Junior Coltrane, thank you very much for your ongoing support of this channel. It is very important to us, and we do appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Very much so. So, Cash. What's up, KY Jelly? Oh, I know who you are, bro. Come on now. Come on now. Everybody, that is Jack Prepper right there. KY Jelly is Jack Prepper, just so y'all know. What's up, Temper? Ty Spork, good morning. Buckshot Jag, Voice for Victims, how are you? So today, I will be talking about Unchained At Last, and nonprofit organization designed to combat underage and forced marriage inside the United States. Hey, Mom. Cash says, hey, Candy Plane.
Candy Plane. Hi, Cash.
She says hi. What's up, Miss Gothy? Hey, lady, hey. So, let's get right into it here, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked crises affecting thousands across the United States: forced and child marriage. You may think this is an issue that happens in distant lands, but the reality is this is happening right here, right now, in our own communities. Between 2000 and 2018, over 300,000 minors were married in the U.S., often coerced by cultural pressures, religious beliefs, or even parental decisions. Many are too young to legally file for divorce or escape abusive situations. But there is hope. Unchained at Last is a nonprofit organization fighting to end child marriage once and for all. Today, we'll explore the origin of this organization, its impact, real stories, and how you can help make a difference. Let's begin by meeting the woman behind this movement. The story of Frida Reese, a survivor turned advocate. Imagine being 19 years old, forced into a marriage you didn't want, with no way to escape. That was the reality for Frida Reese, the woman who would later dedicate her life to fighting forced marriage. Raised in an ultra-conservative Orthodox Jewish community, Frida was told from childhood that marriage was not a choice. It was an obligation. At 19, she was coerced into marrying a man she barely knew. What followed was years of abuse, fear, and control. But Frida did the unthinkable. She escaped. She left her marriage, her community, and even risked her own safety to forge a new path. After rebuilding her life, Frida realized that her story was not unique. Thousands of women, girls, and even boys in the U.S. were suffering from the same fate. She knew something had to be done, and with that, Unchained at Last was born. But what does this organization actually do? Let's break it down. Unchained at Last, their mission and work. Unchained at Last is the only organization in the U.S. dedicated to ending forced and child marriage through direct support and policy reform. Here's what they do. They provide legal aid, free legal services for those trapped in forced marriages. Offer social support, emotional guidance, resources, and safety planning. Advocate for policy change, lobbying to ban child marriages in all states, raising awareness, educating the public through events, campaigns, and survivor testimonies. Their mission is simple. No child should be forced into marriage. No person should be trapped in an unwanted union. What's up, Mary's Gemini? Miss Coffee Temper. What's up, Mary? Miss Coffee. Can a better mod drop the link for Unchained? Yeah. I'll get to it in a minute. Cash, hang on a second. I think that should do it, Cash. What's up, Ottawa? All right, Miss Coffee. Right, Mary. Like I couldn't imagine it either. For the Unchained at Last organization, nonprofit organization, Temper. The one I dropped probably won't work because I'm not sure how to do it. Luna, what's up, sweetheart? How are you? Training your ass off for that 500-mile hike you got going on, or getting ready to go on? That's just a little over a month away, ain't it? Now let's hear from some of the survivors who've escaped thanks to their help. These are real life stories. The voices of survivors. Forced marriage is not just a statistic, it's real, and it's devastating. While names and details are often protected for safety, here are some anonymous testimonies from survivors. One woman was forced into a marriage at 15 years old. She tried to run away, but was returned to her abuser by authorities. Thanks to Unchained at Last, she found legal support and finally gained her freedom. A young girl, only 14 years old, was told by her family she had no choice but to marry a man twice her age. For years, she suffered in silence until Unchained at Last intervened and helped her escape. Another teenager, 17 years old, was pressured into marriage through religious beliefs. She thought she was doomed until she found hope through this organization and built a new life. These are not isolated incidents. These are stories happening today, and you can help stop them. How can people get involved? So how can you make a difference? You can volunteer, help with advocacy, community outreach, and survivor support. You spread the word, share information on social media. The more people know, the harder it is to ignore. Attend events, join rallies, fundraisers, and campaigns. Contact lawmakers. Push for legislation to ban child marriage in your state. Even one small action can create a ripple effect towards change. Financial support is critical to sustaining Unchained at Last's work. Here's how you can contribute. Direct donations. Give online through their official website. Fundraisers, host events or donation drives. Corporate sponsorships. Businesses can contribute resources or funding. Monthly giving. Pledge a recurring donation to support ongoing efforts. Every dollar makes a difference in saving someone's life. Absolutely important. Nice, Luna. That's awesome. Yes, thank you, Kat. Thank you, Temper. All over it like Blue Bonnet and Crown. Yep. So, a call to action. Today, you've heard the truth about forced and some of the truth about forced and child marriages in the United States. You've learned about survivors, about a powerful organization making change, and about how you can help. The question is, will you take action? Visit unchainedatLast.org to learn more. Share this video, get involved, donate, speak up. Together we can end forced and child marriages once and for all. I'm going to show you a couple of charts here that I got made up here. Take this off it here for a minute. Present, share screen. Okay, so this chart right here that I have on screen, it should be pulled up. Okay, great. Let me full screen this. Okay, so these states that are in pink. Oh, damn it. Holy shit. Get your shit together, dude. So these states in pink are states that have, gosh damn it. They have no minimum age. So there's no minimum age requirement in Oklahoma, New Mexico, Mississippi, and California. That means parents can force their kids to get married at whatever age they want, since there's no minimum requirement. Gosh damn it. Oh my gosh, I'm making myself sick here. The states in orange, there's no exceptions. Okay. So it's flat out, it's not going to happen if you're under the age of 18, or I believe it's 18, in Washington, Virginia, Vermont, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Minnesota, Michigan, Massachusetts, Maine, Delaware, Connecticut. There's no exception. You can't get married unless you're of legal age. These states in blue, there are exceptions with minimum age, ages between 15 and 17, and they have to have parental or judicial consent. So Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, North Carolina, North Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. They can, but they got to have parental. They have to be between the ages of 15 and 17, and they have to have parental and judicial consent. in order to be married underage. Which don't make sense to me. I don't know why anybody would want to get married or force their kid to be married, but like I don't have all these religious beliefs that other people have. I'm not Jewish, so I'm not sure how that works. There is that one. I have another one to show you guys here. What's up, Adrian? Thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. This is the minimum marriage age by U.S. state as of 2024. Okay. We'll run this down real quick. Alabama, the general marriage age is 18. Minimum age is 16 with exceptions. And those are the exceptions with the exceptions and conditions for under. Okay. With the exceptions that I mentioned earlier, which were 15 to 17 years old, and they have to have parental consent as required. Alaska, 18 to 16. Judicial and parental consent. Age gap restrictions apply, which is usually 3 years, a 3-year age gap. Arizona, 18 and 16, parental consent. Partner must be within 3 years of age. Arkansas, 18 and 17, minimum age is 17, parental consent required. California, 18, no statutory minimum. Judicial and parental consent, court must assess for coercion or abuse. Colorado, 18 and 16, judicial approval, partner must be within 3 years of age. Connecticut, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Period. Delaware, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. That's what it should say in all 50 states. Florida, 18 and 17. Parental consent. Partner must be within 2 years of age. Georgia, 18 and 17. Emancipated minors only. Partner must be within 4 years of age. Hawaii, 18 and 15. Judicial and parental consent required. Idaho, 18 and 16. Parental consent. Partner must be within 3 years of age. I got a new mission. I'm going to start pushing for this to be overturned and turn into no underage marriage. Illinois, 18 and 16. Parental consent required. Indiana, 18 and 16. Judicial approval. Partner must be within 4 years of age. Iowa, 18 and 16. Judicial approval required. Kansas, 18 and 15. Judicial approval. Parental consent required. Kentucky, 18 and 17. Judicial approval required. Louisiana, 18 and 16. Judicial and parental consent. Partner must be within 3 years of age. Maine, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, Maine. Maryland, 18 and 17, parental consent or judicial approval required. Massachusetts, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, Massachusetts. Michigan, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, Michigan. Minnesota, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, Minnesota. Mississippi, 21 is the legal marriage age. No statutory minimum. Judicial and parental consent. Different minimum ages for males, 17, and females, 16. Missouri, 18 and 16, parental consent. Partner must be under 21. Montana, 18 and 16, judicial and parental consent required. Nebraska, 19 and 17, parental consent required. Nevada, 18 and 17, judicial and parental consent, and partner must be within 3 years of age. New Hampshire, 18, not applicable. We know what that means. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, New Hampshire. New Jersey, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, New Jersey. New Mexico, 18, no statutory minimum. Judicial and parental consent required. So what that no statutory minimum means is if a parent feels like they want to marry their daughter off or their son off to a 40-year-old man, it is completely okay, as long as the judicial and parents consent. How ridiculous is that? New York, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. North Carolina, 18 and 16. 18 and 16, judicial approval. Partner must be within 4 years of age. North Dakota, 18 and 16, parental consent required. Ohio, 18 and 17, judicial approval. Partner must be within 4 years of age. I love how they call them their partner. Oklahoma, 18, no statutory minimum. Judicial and parental consent required. Oregon, 18 and 17, parental consent required. That actually surprises me. Pennsylvania, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, Pennsylvania. Rhode Island, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, Rhode Island. South Carolina, 18 and 16, parental consent required. South Dakota, 18 and 16, judicial and parental consent required. So like South Dakota, they got to have judicial and parental consent. So the parents got to say they can get married. And then even if they have the consent of the parents, they still have to be given the consent by a judge to get married underage. Tennessee, 18 and 17, judicial approval. Partner must be within 4 years of age. Texas, 18 and 16, judicial approval required. Utah, 18 and 16, judicial and parental consent required. That surprised me. Vermont, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, Vermont. Virginia, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, Virginia. Washington, 18, not applicable. Underage marriage prohibited. Way to go, Washington. West Virginia, 18 and 16, parental consent required. Wisconsin, 18 and 16, parental consent required. And last but not least, Wyoming, at 18 and 16 is the minimum age. Judicial and parental consent required. So as you can see, we got a few states here. I believe it's 10 that are not applicable. So no underage marriage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 states that you cannot get married underage. That's great. I would like to see all 50 of these states say that not applicable, because no underage marriage allowed. Right? Right, Ty Sport? That's what I'm saying, Ty Sport. Temper. That is insane. This is still happening, right, Ty Sport? What's not looking great, Temper? I'm watching and it's not looking great. What do you mean? My fucking back is killing me today, man. I gotta get to work at some point in time, dude. That's what I thought you were saying, meaning, you know. Yeah, the law definitely needs to do a lot better on this, Temper. I agree 100%, my friend. 100%, my friend. 100%. There shouldn't be that option. I think, yeah, I think it should all be once you hit an adult, you can decide to get married. And until then, you can't. I don't give a fuck what the age gap is. I don't care what the circumstances are. It just shouldn't be allowed until you're an adult. Like honestly, like I don't think you should be allowed to get married until like your brain's fully developed at like 26 years old. You know what I mean? That's probably one of the. That's probably. I mean, it'll never happen, but that would probably be the best idea. Imagine how many less divorces there would be, and how many less marriages there would be if that was the case. You know what I mean? Something like 80%, like 75 to 80% of all marriages end in divorce anymore in the United States. Crazy shit. How is it even on the table? Right, Temper? Fucking right, Temper? I agree, man. I agree. I agree. And unfortunately, I live in one of those states that say, as long as you have consent from a parent and a judge, you can get married whatever age you want. So, there it is. So, yep. How is it even on the table? Buzzackley. Buzzackley, Temper. 100% Buzzackley. And yes, I said Buzzackley. Does anybody want to come up and give their opinion on this before I end? Because if nobody wants to come up, I will get on with my day. Give it a couple minutes. Let's see if anybody wants to come up and give their opinion and what they think on their insight. Adrian, you still here? Temper, Ticeborg, you want to come up and give your opinions on this before we get out of here for the day? Since the McGritt decision, our state is in disarray because how most of our state is tribal land now. Yeah, I haven't heard about that actually, but that's crazy. Voice for victims. Okay, I got it. Temper. Hang on a second. I'll pin it just a second, Temper. Um, oh shit! Got it figured out now. What's up, Temper?
Hey, what's up, G2?
Oh shit! Oh, you know me, just doing what I can to help and be supportive of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, looking at that little graph just now. I mean, it really says a lot, you know? It really
Yeah.
says a lot as to why things are exactly the way they are.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's. I don't understand why it's even a thought. You know what I mean? I really don't. I really don't get it.
Yeah,
Like,
I was on the show a couple of days ago. Remember we were talking about, it ain't just about, the victimizing part. There's so many other layers that, you could just peel back as to why these children go missing, so many contributing factors and allowing, you know,
yep.
kids to actually get married. I mean, do you know how disastrous that can turn out in many instances?
Yeah, I mean, like I haven't done the research into it, and I don't know the statistics on it yet, but I will eventually. But I can only imagine that 98% of them don't ever succeed and end in
Hmm.
and end in horrible outcomes. You know what I mean?
And then you wouldn't imagine the amount of, it's a real triggering subject, but imagine the amount of children that actually have to be born in such
Oh my, yeah.
chaotic
Oh my,
chaotic environments.
yeah. Uh, I don't even want to begin to imagine. Like, it makes me
Uh,
sick to my stomach to think. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But I just wanted to share that, like, it's so many layers, and what you're doing right now is just like an eye opener to, like, the cover of the book.
Yeah.
Because I was just listening to someone's live on Dish and TVD, and there was a girl in Alabama, about what, from 2011, and I was looking at the states as to which state would actually allow marriages. And when you actually, if you like you say, if you was to look into the statistics of it, I guarantee you the numbers is alarming.
Yeah. I guarantee that. I guarantee that too. I really do. It's I'm actually, what's up, number two with fries? I'm actually like not looking forward to learning what the numbers are.
No, I don't think I want to know, but it's a good scraping the surface as to a big contributing factor as to why the numbers are so staggering.
Yes. Yes. It there's just so many things that need to be changed in the United States alone when it comes to protecting our children and keeping them away from predators and forced marriages. There's just so much work to be done.
That's
And
why we got to keep the foot on the neck.
yep, yep, we got to put that fucking foot on their neck and fucking stand on it hard, man.
Yeah, till we hear some bones cracking, because something got to give, bro. Something got to give, you
Yep,
know?
yep, I
'Cause
I agree. I agree. At some point in time, it's got to break. And
yeah, because as civilians, we only could agitate, we only could agitate and agitate and agitate, but agitation only goes so far. But these people actually stand at the door.
yeah, and invite your children and shit right on in. Come on in. Yeah.
Exactly. So we gotta start grabbing this bull by the horn. We got to grab this bull by the horn.
Yep. This time we fucking grab the bull by the horn and take it motherfucking down and show
Yeah.
them who the real ringmaster is. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, because lassoing just won't work now. Can't do the
Yep.
lasso thing.
Yep. All the chances of just lassoing it and containing it are over and done with. There's
Yeah,
no. We got to combat it heavy, full force, and now. Like that's the
yeah,
end. That's the end result. I mean, that's what's got to be done.
yeah, man. So, bro, I just wanted to give my 5 cents on it, and like I say, stay encouraged. Keep your foot on their neck, cause as a community, these are things we gotta stand up and stand out against.
Yes. Stand up against this kind of shit. It's what we got to do. Like
Yeah,
our children depend on it. Our children's futures depend on it, and our futures depend on it. So quit sitting on your
yeah,
asses. Quit sitting on your asses. I'm not saying my community or anything, but anyway, quit sitting on your asses and do something, people. We got to. We owe it. We
yeah.
owe it to ourselves, to our children, to our future. 100%. So
And just to piggyback off that before I go, you know what that means, right? That's the only way evil wins, when good people sit down and do nothing.
yes, yes, that's a very good point, Temper.
Yeah, so we gotta do what we gotta do, even if that means making ourselves selected to stand in the fight.
Yep, for sure, for sure.
So yeah, but I can step on now in case anybody else wants to come up. I just wanted to share my thoughts with you.
Well, I appreciate you coming up and sharing your opinion with us, and I'm sure everybody else enjoyed it too. And thank you for this ongoing support for this channel, Temper. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it, my friend.
Yeah, man, no problem, no problem. Real people stay doing real things. That's all I could say.
Yeah, well, I try. That's all I can do, man. So
Yeah. Well, try it. Uh, Nothing beat a failure than a try, eh?
yeah, yeah. I'd rather try and fail than not do anything at all and never know. So
Plan to fail or play or fail. Plan to fail or fail the plan. Which one you want to be?
I'm definitely not planning to fail. I've always planned to succeed, but sometimes, that failure comes at you. And when it does, I'll step on over it and I'll keep on going and try to figure out a new
Yeah.
way if I can continue on going on what I'm doing.
Yeah, naturally things don't come to knock you off your path or knock you on your hip to say, well, that was the wrong path. Naturally things just come to make you stronger.
Yep, absolutely. Every time we don't succeed, it's supposed to build us up and make us stronger so we can learn not to do it again. So, you know,
Unless
I'm
it's
awesome.
insanity,
Go ahead.
I say, unless it's insanity looking for a different result, even though you're doing the same thing wrong over and over and over
Yep,
again.
yep, yep. Don't get lost in the insanity of things. That's for sure. For sure. For sure.
Yeah, brother. All right, take it easy though.
All right, Temper, be good, my friend.
All right, bro.
Thanks for coming up and supporting us, man. So, everybody, this link that I have on screen, this is for I'm Just Saying VB's channel. She's live right now. Everybody, please, please bounce up out of here. Click that link. Bounce on up out of here. I'm going to end this. Let's go give a G2K raid to I'm Just Saying VB, and everybody say G2K sent us. And if you're not subbed up to her channel, sub up to her channel. She's an awesome lady, and I fully support her and her mission and what she's doing. And I thank Temper from the bottom of my heart for introducing me to this lady. Both of them were awesome. So please bounce out of here and head over there to I'm Just Saying channel. Tell her G2K sent you and see what she's got to say. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Two things. Number one, try to love one another right now because you might not get a chance to do so tomorrow. And in fact, there are people that are here today that won't get that chance to do so. So we might as well take advantage of it while we can. And number two, tell your friends about me because they're going to want to know. Get to know. Have a good day and stay blessed, everybody. This is G2K, and I'm out.